Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
Field Reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Kids, bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. Got some real news to report at the very top. A little bit of house cleaning here. I'm on the phone with Mr. Tim Kennedy as we speak here, and they did him dirty, D'Anthony. They did him dirty with the book, brother.
Who's they?
New York Times, the New York Times bestseller list. Look, we went through this with Matt's book a couple years ago. Sold the most copies in the nation, completely destroyed. Michelle Obama wasn't even close, and she came in at number 1. We came in at number 5 on the New York Times bestseller list. Now, we came in at number 1 on USA Today, Wall Street Journal, and then the Publishers Weekly on Friday gives you the actual numbers sold, and we were able to figure out very quickly that we had won by 15,000 copies, and it wasn't even close. Tim Kennedy's just came in at number 7 on the New York Times bestseller list. That is highway robbery. I'm looking at Amazon right now, and Amazon has it as their 3rd highest selling book of the entire week. The only thing ahead of it is John Grisham, which is not in that category. And it appears some health and wellness book, which is also not in that category either. So there's no reason Tim shouldn't have been number 1. Looking forward to seeing what the real actual sales numbers are tomorrow from that.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, well, he's on Rogan right now.
Correct.
As we speak on Wednesday,
Yep.
so
Yep.
it could change by tomorrow, but I doubt New York Times will change.
Well, not tomorrow. So it goes by a full week, right? So you go Tuesday to Tuesday as far as like ratings go.
I'm talking about Amazon and shit like that.
Yeah. And look, Rogan helps. We go on Rogan, it's like the white Oprah. So hopefully that pushes it to number 1. But number 7, that is absolute fucking highway robbery.
Yeah, considering just from my guesstimate, he probably has sold 60 to 80,000 books, probably.
Just hardback.
Yeah, so far. So that's, to get on the list usually, or to be one of the top sellers, or usually for a week, it's like between 5 and 8,000.
Correct. If you want to get, so it goes by top 15, so that would get you in the top 15 for sure.
Well, no, that would be no other book sold 80,000 copies.
No. But you're saying at 5,000 copies, that would probably get you in at number 13 or 14, right?
If that's the way they did it, yeah.
But with Tim's, he sold so many copies, he should have been at number 1. What is it about the New York Times, or just liberals in general, that they hate people from the military? It doesn't make fucking any sense. Like, what's the fucking deal, man? Like, I can't wrap my finger around. Like, I could see if it was Trump, right? And you hate Trump or the Trump family, and you wanted to put Don Jr.'s book at like number fucking 7 or something like that. But like, why Matt or why Tim Kennedy? It doesn't make any sense.
No idea. I have no idea.
Strange.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know what the purpose. It's all about prestige for them. So they think they're protecting the institution. Right,
but of what exactly? It's just
of the, like, all of the worst parts of news, which is to say, corporate media.
No,
right.
No,
they don't want some independent dick making a dent, because that takes money out of.
But he wasn't independent. I mean, this was a this was a big boy book. Look, Matt's was Penguin. I think theirs might have been.
When I say independent, I mean
Schuster?
an independent thinker, not.
Oh, gotcha. I was like
because the New York Times, you can't even make the list if you don't go through a major publisher.
Correct. Yeah, or just some form of publisher.
No, you're not gonna. It's like happened twice, I think, in the history of the New York Times that somebody that isn't from one of the big houses, like Penguin or Random House or something, has actually made the list.
Oh yeah.
It never happens.
Yeah, usually like a 50 Shades of Grey, which was independent before it got picked picked up. That didn't hit the list until it got picked up by a publisher. So you're right in that. There was a couple others. I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell was independent, and when that switched over, it got on the list as well. But that's absolutely fucking crazy. Tim did amazing promotion for that book, and he was everywhere, and will continue to be so. He'll be on Rogan here in the next couple days. I think Rogan shoots a couple days in advance, I think. So that episode should be out soon. But shout out to everybody who bought the book. It is a fantastic book. It is called Scars and Stripes, and it is out now. And, the week starts over, and he can still get higher up on the list next week. So if you haven't bought a copy, go ahead and buy a copy. Breaking news here to start fake news. John Lee Hinckley, the guy who shot and wounded President Reagan, was just freed from court oversight after decades of supervision. So he can do whatever he wants now, which is nice. You can try to kill a president, and then they'll just kind of let you out and do music, fun little concerts, and then you can do whatever you want.
People have been trying to get Sriracha released for years.
He's still in prison, right?
Yeah. As far as Hinckley goes, Jodie Foster may want to fucking up her security.
Yeah, this is a strange one to me. Why he would get out? Because, not only did he shoot, he actually shot Reagan. But then he also, was it Brady that got paralyzed?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they ended up having the Brady bill after that.
The Brady bunch.
And the whole bunch.
Well, that was
there.
Before. That guy got AIDS. Yeah.
Was it the youngest one in curls?
Greg? Oh, no, the youngest one. Youngest one is Bobby, right? Or you
No,
talking about the girl?
It's the girl.
Oh, I don't know what her name is.
I don't either. I can picture in my mind.
I know the dad had AIDS.
It's right. He died from AIDS. Yeah.
Well, with AIDS.
From AIDS.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do know that. It was from or with. What are you saying? He died in a fucking paragliding accident?
Probably had COVID or something.
Yeah, this is fucking nuts though. Like, you shoot a president, they let you out of jail, and they're just like, all right, cool. Fuck, man. Well, Bob, do you know anything about? Did you guys ever cover this guy on Softcore History?
No.
No.
We covered Sirhan, not him.
Okay. Strange, man. I'm trying to think if I can remember anybody else shooting somebody this high profile and then getting out.
Let's
I mean, Reagan almost fucking died.
I don't know.
I can't think of anybody. Can you?
No.
That's wild.
Usually, when somebody that high up gets killed, it's a conspiracy, and everybody around them gets killed as well. Like anybody that would have had anything to do with it.
Right. But he went to jail, lived through the whole thing, and then, it's been 41 years. I think that happened in 81, maybe. It's been 41 years, and now he's just kind of partying, doing some blow on the Upper East Side, trying to figure shit out.
Yeah, I mean, where's John Hinckley go to work?
Well, I mean,
like he's got to do something.
Here's what's fucked up. Do you get Social Security? What happens when you get out of jail?
Social Security is a fixed amount, right? Based on
income,
how much you put into it over the years. He can't write a book about it and get you can't make money off of committing a crime.
No, but you can start a podcast.
Ah, that's true. Holy shit.
The John Hinckley podcast.
Should we get him on the network?
How old is he?
He's got to be. Shit. Let's see.
He's 67. He's got time left.
He's 67 is still. He's probably got 20 years worth of life. That guy, and he is making music. I wasn't joking about that. Like he's playing like Starbucks and shit like that.
So he's just going to be a busker then.
I guess.
You're going to see him on the side of the road. Nobody knows what John Hinckley looks like. So as long as you don't fucking come out there with a T-shirt that says "I shot Reagan" on it, nobody's going to know who he is.
Bob, do you have a picture of John Lee Hinckley?
He's just
currently
a normal-looking fucking middle-aged fat dude or older fat dude.
I think we know. I think the one you're thinking of, that fat baby and the thing. What a crazy episode yesterday. Jesus
no, John
Christ.
Hinckley is a relatively normal.
Let's see.
Certainly not anything you would go out of your way.
Looks like Meatloaf.
Like you wouldn't fucking double take on this guy. And be like, oh, is that the guy that shot? No, like nobody knows what this guy looks like.
I would know this. Yeah, for sure. No. This is exactly what I pictured him to look like. He just looks like a little fatter version of himself from when he got arrested 41 years ago, which is wild.
But that's not the same guy that was in the baby suit?
No, but it looks
very
close.
Similar, yeah. I mean, maybe John Hinckley was.
Pull up the guy in the baby suit from yesterday's show.
His head back.
That guy, yeah, there it is. Boom, pop that up. So that's younger John Lee Hinckley. And now he's an adult who attempted an assassination on the president of the United States.
That's usually
almost
how it happens.
succeeded, and then he gets out of jail 41 years later. That's a great podcast, though. If he went through the step-by-step process of it, because every white woman loves true crime podcasts. If he went through like a 12-episode thing of like, here's what I did, and here's why I did it, and here's how I almost killed the president, that thing would fucking explode.
What if he did a thing? What if he did a podcast where he interviewed other killers?
Oh, shit, dude.
Like
Who
they're-
almost got away?
Like it's almost like Alcoholics Anonymous, where they're sharing their stories about stuff. I mean, that would be pretty interesting. I would watch that.
He interviews the guy who killed Biggie, but it's like a real deep voice from behind the screen.
That guy's dead.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Both of them are dead. The guy who shot Tupac is dead too. Yeah. Orlando, what was his last name?
I don't remember, but it's Puff Daddy's buddy.
Really?
Like Puff Daddy's the guy that paid to have Tupac killed. That's the story, anyways.
I did not know that.
Who knows?
I always heard it was a guy, like a gang member who killed Tupac that had nothing to do with Biggie and Puff Daddy.
It's possible. Family Guy did a sketch where I think Peter was driving for Tupac, and he kept talking shit to a guy that was driving, and then Tupac got shot.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was like, you know how Family Guy, they have
Yeah.
the flashbacks all the time? He's like, that reminds me of the time I was a driver for Tupac. And he was
No
like, or no, it
fucking
was,
way.
I think it was for Biggie. And
For Biggie?
Like, he was leaning over Biggie, just like talking shit, like, hey, fuck you, you're never gonna blah, blah, blah. And then Biggie gets shot up, and he hides behind him, and he gets out of the car and walks away.
No fucking way.
It's a pretty brutal show. They talk a lot of shit, so.
I'm not a big animation guy. Like I probably saw the first season of it, and then I was like, all right, cool. Same with South Park. I'll dip in and out of it. But,
What about hentai?
No, not a prayer.
Big fan.
I know you are, Giorgio.
sorry.
I mean, you're just fucking living.
What
that
is it
life,
about
dude.
the hentai? Is it the energy beams that they use crayons to
He
make?
also loves Japanese anime.
Or is it that's
It's the noises.
squishy noises?
Yeah.
What is it?
Amongst others.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the noises that really gets you off in the Japanese anime?
No, just go take a listen for yourself on the drive home.
Oh, is it that?
It's not bad.
That's Baggy Batman.
Okay. No, well, that's that's Baggy Batman. I want to know what the noises are. Is it like ASMR, Giorgio?
No, just go find out.
All right. I mean, do I have the time to fucking
Do your own
pull up
research.
It's like
Japanese anime?
It's the sound of like suction cups and shit because all the
Is it really?
octopus arms going up into vaginas.
Not always.
Most
Is
of
that
it.
what happens in that shit? There was a fucking guy who died
It
the
could
other day.
also be a demon.
That's a niche. It's tentacle porn is a niche.
Is it
So
really?
that's a deep cut inside of hentai.
Wow.
There's this company called Bad Dragon.
All right.
They make weird ass fucking like alien dildos and shit.
Okay, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
so
those.
they're the company who does that, and they model a bunch of different ones off of mythological creatures as well.
There was a guy who died the other day, and he was trending like number 3 on Twitter. And when it's somebody I don't know that's trending that high, I'm always suspicious, and of course I obviously click it. It was a voiceover actor, Giorgio, for one of those Japanese anime shows that you like. The voiceover actor died, and everybody was like, "Oh my god,
Do you
I'll
know
miss
for what
you."
show?
Fuck no, I have no idea. But I clicked a clip of it, and he was playing like a teenage boy, and it was just like, all right, cool, man. And everybody was like, rest in peace, best voice actor ever. He was fine. It wasn't like John DiMaggio or anything like that, for Christ's sakes.
Hater.
No, it's not that at all. But it's like the dialogue isn't super sweet in those things.
Game would recognize game, Ross.
No. It's not the best. It's not the best voiceover work for those guys. Next up, foreign volunteers captured in Ukraine, including 2 U.S. citizens. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
2 U.S. citizens serving alongside the Ukrainian military were captured by Russian forces in Kharkiv last week. It sounds like Kharkiv. I like that. That's a nice name. Andy Hyun. Did I pronounce that correctly? Or
No,
Hoon?
the pronunciation is right next to it in parentheses.
But that's not right. Is
Just
it
for you.
Hoon?
Yeah.
Is he Hoon?
Yeah.
Is he a hoon hound?
Could be, yeah.
Nailed it. And Robert Druk were part of a volunteer task force composed of U.S. and French nationals that had traveled to Ukraine to help fight back against Russian troops. During a clash with Russian soldiers in Kharkiv, Andy and Roberts were separated from their units and later confirmed to have been taken prisoner. The status of the U.S. veterans has yet to be confirmed by either the Ukrainian Defense Ministry or the Kremlin. Recently, 2 British citizens and 1 Moroccan citizen were sentenced to death by the currently unrecognized, you want to pronounce that one?
Donetsk.
There you go. People's Republic after being captured in Mariupol. What were they doing over there, I guess, is the question.
I mean, I want to say LARPing because they didn't go through the whole process of becoming a so maybe I don't know that they're if they were soldiers previously or not. But this is like next level LARPing, right?
Yeah.
Like there's if you're out in the field shooting each other with fucking lasers and pretending to be in the military, that's weird, I guess. But if you actually go do it, you can't really talk shit about that.
No.
I just don't know what would other than the Call Wild, right? The thing that that the beat writers back in the day used to write about, the reason they all joined the Navy or whatever the fuck during World War II in Korea, just to go, like, you want to fight, you want to find some purpose in your life, and you have done, and that seems like a better option. I mean, that's a pretty common story for people that join the military as well. I'm not sure it's the best idea to do it, but it's not new either. I mean, the French Foreign Legion has been around for a very long time, so it's been codified in the West for quite a while to do that. Even down at the organization level. But if you remember, a lot of people went over to Iraq and Syria to fight with the what do you call it? The Peshmerga, right, against ISIS and shit.
Yeah.
So it's not new, even for our group, for the GY group. There's dudes that want to go fucking help out, I guess.
Bob, do you have a picture of these guys? I'd be curious to see what they look like and how old they are. Because, you know, at the end of the day, is there something inside of you, I guess, where you miss it and you want to go back? Like, do you have any desire to go over there and just kill some Russians just to do it?
No, I don't really have anything against Russian people.
Well, I mean, the soldiers, right? Because it's a war.
People are not their country. They're not their government, rather.
Okay.
It's like, no, I have no desire to do that.
All right.
If it was... if it was a different kind of war, maybe, right? Like if it was World War II, where the goodness of one side is very apparent and the badness of the other side is very apparent. I'm not talking about who's the aggressor versus who's the quote-unquote victim of the situation. I mean, I'm not going to put my life on the line to make a decision between 2 totalitarian governments.
Gotcha.
That's fucking stupid, to be honest.
Yeah, at least one of them was a vet, according to the New York Post.
Is that him right there?
I think maybe.
Okay.
I think maybe both of them.
I think they both are.
Yeah, we're veterans. So
Yeah.
at least, but there have been quite a few other people. Some people that were actually really successful at it, who had no military experience before, who've gone over and done this, or who have who joined the Peshmerga back in the day. People that they had maybe had some weapons experience, but they bought their own shit, bought their own flights, cleared it with the State Department, or they snuck into the country and went over there and did that shit. I mean, ISIS is the difference between the Peshmerga and just regular people and ISIS was pretty goddamn apparent. The difference between Zelensky's government and Putin's government is not very apparent to me, honestly.
Yeah, it's a strange story of why you'd want to go and fight over there.
Well, these guys were, I don't know, what does it say about in their profiles? Were they infantry dudes or like? Were they?
Seeing Andy Hyung was a former Marine. I'm not seeing what. I mean, I don't know if you can tell just by looking at him slightly kitted up here if you think he's infantry, just a guy with a poke with a rifle or something.
I mean, there's an ACOG on that rifle. Hold on, go back in. So that's Marpat. That's a 2005 forward at least. ACOG, but with a musket. That's an M16. So probably a poke, if I had to guess.
And that's why I ask. Like, is that part of it too, where maybe you served, you didn't get to fucking kill anybody. Now's your chance, and you're like, man, I really want to go.
Maybe. I don't know enough about the Marine Corps to make a determination though, because they have shitty gear. So that could be an infantry dude for all I know. Just they have the Marine Corps gets all of our hand-me-downs basically. Like whenever our gear stops working, we send it to them. Actually, zoom in on this picture of him in Class A's. Right there.
Which one, left or right?
The one on the right. That I'll be able to tell from this one. That's a staff sergeant. Not infantry, probably, unless he's never. Scroll over to his other shoulder. Yeah, he's not infantry. I don't think. Oh no, that's just a flag. So there's no. He doesn't have a combat patch, so it's hard to tell. But he doesn't have an expert infantry badge. I see ARCOM, AAM, and he's got an Iraq badge on there. The one far right, third row down with the little brass. Or I'm sorry, the star in the middle. That's an Iraq campaign medal, I believe, with a device. So definitely not infantry, if I had to guess. Yeah.
Okay.
The end.
Yeah, well, that's why you ask. Is it's one of those things where if you had the opportunity to go back, I guess you could in this one, right? The only danger in it is exactly what has happened to them. They've been captured.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of danger in that, but there was danger in that for people that did it before as well in these other situations I mentioned. And I don't have a problem with it. I just think you should probably, if you're gonna put yourself in a situation to die, it should be for a very clearly good reason, in my opinion. And I'm not sure that constitutes a very good decision that they've made, unfortunately.
So what happens now, right? They have these guys. They're probably, sent with Brittany Griner?
Oh, it's 74. What the fuck is this? Hang on. I couldn't see that from the... he's a chem... The Druk guy, the white guy, his MOS is 74 Delta. That's chem bioradiological specialist. So he worked with nuclear stuff. Definitely not infantry.
Gotcha.
Let me see this other guy. They have his service uniform picture. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I don't see it.
All right. When you get captured like this, what happens? Do they take you back to Russia?
Fuck, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't keep the way Russians fight like it's the Korean War still, basically. Mm-hmm. A little bit farther forward than World War II, but not much. So you would send your POWs to the rear.
Gotcha.
You wouldn't have them on the front lines or anything like that. It wouldn't make sense unless you were planning some kind of quick exchange. Like if there's if Ukraine has some Russian generals or something in custody, they may make a move like that. Hard to say.
Because, with this, like the Brittany Griner thing, I was partly joking about, but not really. The other, news on that this week was they're going to keep her until July now and then reassess that situation. Yeah. Biden hasn't done shit with that. I mean, but it's a WNBA player, so let's face it, they don't really give a shit. If it was Steph Curry over there, they'd have that motherfucker out real quick.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, it's an interesting question. I would like to hear from people in the chat. This isn't live, obviously, but I'll be watching tomorrow as it goes out. If you're how much should the government do about this, or what should they do? I don't think the proposition that was floated before was that the Lord of War guy was going to get switched out for Brittany Griner.
Correct.
That was the deal that the Russians wanted.
Allegedly.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Sorry, but don't go get yourself kidnapped by... But there's also the concept of civis Romanus, right? Which was if you were a Roman citizen in the first century and you were out in some other country and they were trying to fuck with you, steal from you, or injure you in any way, and you said the phrase civis Romanus, which means I am a Roman citizen, people knew that Rome would literally send an army and level your entire town if you fucked with a Roman citizen.
Okay.
So part of me wonders, how aggressive should we be about stuff like that? Like, these guys chose to go into a war zone. That's different than Brittany Griner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not that their lives are worth less or anything like that, but when you understand the risk. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Brittany Griner, what is she, like 25 fucking years old or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't know anything.
And she was there, like, working.
Yeah. she's like there to play in their professional sports league, which you assume you would just not get fucked with. And maybe she did or didn't fucking have weed or whatever the hell
Did
they
you see
said.
the footage they released? Mm-mm. So they did release what looked like some form of overhead security footage, and then they were opening up her bags, and then it cut out. Did you watch it, Bob?
No, but I certainly don't trust the Russian government.
I don't either, because if
the video cuts out and they're like, and this is the point, the part where you can't see, this is where all the shit happens.
That's exactly what it is. So
outta here.
If you do have something like so let's say Brittany Griner did commit a crime, you would definitely show that part of the footage and be like, well, she brought weed into the country, she's fucked.
Then
she's
nobody
on her
can
own.
say shit. Because we went through this before with that kid in Singapore that sprayed graffiti on shit, and they caned him in public or whatever. I think it was like 1997 or something.
Michael
like that.
something was his name.
Yeah, like that's...
Even Otto Warmberg, whatever the fuck, stealing the sign from North Korea.
Yeah.
Like, he very obviously stole that sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he could have had it printed. So Druk, he's 39. His mom says that he has PTSD and was suffering or struggling to hold down a job before he left to go to Ukraine. So that answers that question, right? Is this a guy without any purpose anymore, and he was trying to find something?
Sure.
Which is a reasonable thing to do, I suppose.
But if Brittany Griner's been in for, I think, 4 months at this point, what do you think these guys? How long are these guys going to be in?
Well,
there?
it's funny because, as I said, she's probably the more innocent of the three. Mm-hmm. Not that they're doing anything wrong necessarily, but she didn't make the decision to go into a place that she's risking life, limb, or liberty, right?
Right.
However, the way that we handle these things internationally, POWs are probably more likely to get out sooner than she would, even though she's the one that isn't technically in the wrong.
Right.
It's a bizarre situation.
Yeah, this whole story is super bizarre. I'm sure as this story continues to come to light, we'll get more details on it. But as of now, super strange. And then, like I said, the Brittany Griner thing, she's there until July, and they're going to reassess what to do with her at that point. What we do know is Biden will not do anything during this entire presidency. So if you're waiting for him to do something, you're fucked.
I think we should send, Dennis Rodman is to Kim Jong-un as Vladimir Putin is to who?
I would have to...
Who's Vladimir Putin a really big fan of? Who's his celebrity bang pass?
I would say it's Lady Gaga. Is that weird? Like, that was the first name that came to mind.
A man like that would not like a woman that does things she does.
Who's the hockey player? The
You don't think so?
Caps hockey player?
Oh, fucking Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Although Ovechkin spoke out against the Russian government,
did,
so
yeah.
I don't think he's like on his good
Yeah.
list right
Yeah.
now.
That was a new development, though. Ovi's been pretty pro-Putin in the past.
I would say not maybe Sharapova. I can see him as a tennis fan.
All I'm saying is
Maria Sharapova.
probably have a better chance of getting her out with it was super embarrassing, the Iranian hostage situation. Jesse Jackson made that happen. Like, he's the one that got those people out. It wasn't like Jimmy. It was deeply embarrassing to Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Same president, though.
there are some conspiracy theories that Jesse Jackson made that deal and intentionally delayed it until after the election so that Jimmy Carter wouldn't win, because the Democrats wanted to get rid of him because he had fucked up so badly.
Well, we're headed in that direction right now. Did you see AOC's interview yesterday about Biden? It was live, and she had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go on live TV. They were like, "Hey, would you?" The exact question was this, and it was interesting the way they phrased it to her. They said, "Would you support Biden for a 2024 presidential run?" And she was like, we're focused on the midterm elections. I don't know what they're gonna even do for that one. And it's, it was very, very awkward. And like the clip is going viral today, and it's everywhere. You're like, it was live on television. Because there's rumblings in the Democratic Party that have been going on all week that they definitely want him out of there, and they're trying to find out who is going to be the replacement. And then him lashing out, we showed the other day, where he said, "I'm changing lives."
Yeah.
It's obviously getting worse, and it's starting to get to him.
Yeah, sure.
And I think they're actively trying to find a candidate. The problem is, and I forget who brought this up. It was either Ben Shapiro or like Charlie Kirk maybe, but What they were saying is that they were like, look, if you think it's bad with Biden right now and everything that's going on, he's the last guy from the Democratic side that was in the middle. The only way to go is just further fucking crazy left at this point. And they're probably right. I don't think that was hyperbole because the party is fractured. It is split in two. You still have some moderate Democrats, but they're older, right? And then you have the progressives that are super young who are fucking crazy like AOC, Ilhan Omar, and all those other guys. It might be one of them. AOC will she will be eligible age-wise to run. Who do you trot out from the Democratic Party at that point?
Well, this is a good segue. We'll go down to the last story, which is that Elon Musk is now a Republican.
Yes.
And the reason I'm bringing this up now is because I will discuss the presidential election as well in a minute. But,
okay. I'll read this one now then, okay? So Elon Musk has obviously come out and said that he is a Republican. As many of you have heard, Republicans picked up a traditionally Dem seat in Congress that's been blue since it existed. Myra Flores won the special election in Texas' 34th district, where none other than Elon Musk happens to live. Musk said on Twitter that he voted for her and followed up that this is the first time he's ever voted Republican and that he expects a red wave in November. He was asked by users who he intended to vote for in the presidential election, and he said he was leaning towards DeSantis, Governor DeSantis. It seems more and more likely that DeSantis will be the candidate, and honestly, I think the Dems...
This is my analysis of this.
This is your analysis.
Yeah, I think that there's nobody from the Democratic side that can beat DeSantis. Not one fucking prayer. Not right now, especially.
Right now.
Well,
a lot can change in the next 2 years, but I'm with you.
People aren't going to forget about month after month of like 8 to 9% inflation, gas prices going crazy. They're not. This is fucking causing people a lot of trauma. As a matter of fact, they probably are the economy and especially regular people aren't going to be finished dealing with this shit even by the election in 2024, right? So the speculation right now from Wall Street is that we're going to hit a recession sometime in January.
It's funny. It's funny you said that. So I'm on the phone today with a prominent business owner. I'm not going to say who it is in Texas. I'm on the phone with him today, and I go something to the effect of like, "Well, wait till next year, and this recession hits." And his response to me was this: He goes, "Who says it's not here right now?" And it stopped me in my tracks. I was like,
I mean,
we're close. Are we?
No, we're not close. We're not nowhere. Well, by the definition of recession, no, we're not. But I'll explain that now. Recession is, it's 4 or more quarters in a row, right, of GDP shrink.
Yes. Won't this be the fourth quarter though?
No, our GDP's been growing because it's year over year, right? So 2021, it was growing when he was in office because 2020 we shut the entire economy down. So for the last 2 years, like all this propaganda you're hearing from the left right now, like we're in a booming economy. We've added more jobs. We've done X, Y, Z, whatever the fuck. It's like, yeah, you took us down to 0 and then brought us back up. We're still well short of pre-pandemic levels.
Right.
In every fucking category, literally every category.
Yeah, I hate when I read that article, by the way. I hate that when people say that.
Right. But so technically there is no recession. If you were able to, somehow isolate or make a delta out of the pandemic conditions, right? What would our economy be without all that bullshit? Having built it back up, we would probably be in a depression, to be honest. But you can't do that because a lot of that stuff contributed to the situation we're in, right? So it's not really a fair assessment. Technically, no, we're not in a recession yet. But everybody, all these financial folks who think that we'll be in a recession by January, that means they think whatever recovery we have had so far is getting blown out by the inflation. That's what they think. So it's going to take 2 quarters, that is to say, starting next month, starting next month and then starting again in October, those 2 quarters to close out the year, quarters 3 and 4. If those show GDP shrink, then that will be technically that will be a recession at that point, right? So we'll be in a recession, but it'll be a depression because it's a recession based on how things are post-pandemic. But if you compare it to 2019, we'll be in a depression.
Got it.
So, you know,
fun stuff ahead.
not the best.
Fun stuff ahead.
But on the the point of that was, if DeSantis runs for president, he's wildly popular on social shit.
Yep. Great speaker.
Yeah, because he just he's not full of shit, and it's like, no, we're not doing that.
No, I and I'm with you. Like, if that's the candidate,
I think they just
it's a really strong candidate, and I don't know who beats him.
No one's going to beat him, so I think they wheel Biden out there and let him take the L for the team.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what I would do. That's the smartest move to make.
Yeah, because you're right. If
it's a basketball game and you're getting blown out, you don't fucking put your stars back in and let them get hurt.
Right. That's smart. I've actually never heard that theory before, but it makes total sense. Like, yeah, why would you try to if you really believe in, let's say you believed in AOC on the left, right? And that's your fucking person for the future, and that's going to be your first female president, and all your hopes and dreams are pinned on her. Why let her get beat as bad in 2024 when you can't come back from that? Yeah. It's not like you can run again after that with that big of a loss, because I don't even think it will even come down to the candidates so much as the condition of the country. And right now, everything is so fucked with inflation and probably a recession and maybe a depression by the time you get to 2024, whatever the fuck we're in at this point, that people will literally vote for whoever the right throws out no matter what. November will be a key indicator for how bad it's truly going to be. But numbers-wise, yeesh, it's getting worse and worse every single day. And if you're at home and want to watch the world burn, you might as well watch it from a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off everything in the entire store, or 40% off with the old bundle package. That's up to you. You get an adjustable base, you get a mattress, you get them combined together, and you get 40% off the magic. Comes with a very sleek remote control that you could probably stuff inside you, and no one would know about it. Also, the bed's got a bunch of fun features, like book mode, TV mode, if you're watching this show, if you're watching the old fake news in bed with a lady or maybe a dude, not judging. That's a nice feature that nobody else really has. They got flashlights, USB ports, all the things are on the adjustable base. Now, if you want 30% off, you can fill up the whole entire cart with everything at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. You want the pillows, you want the sheets, fine. Fill it all the way up to the top and then type in the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout and you get 30% off everything. And for 2022, they get a 60-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there if you have decent credit at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. And all the deals that I just mentioned are applicable with that. So you can walk away with a brand new bedroom set for $25 a month. Head on over to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, the best way to fight inflation is, well, let's change the definition of inflation. D'Anthony, according to recent reports, the Consumer Price Index rose to 8.6% in May, the fastest increase since 1981. Yeesh. And breaking news on that is the Fed went ahead and hiked that rate up 0.75 points today, the highest hike they've had since 1994. To try to curb inflation. I don't think that's going to do a goddamn thing, to be honest with you. They're also thinking that they might have another half-point increase in the July meetings as well. Fuel prices are up to 106.7% over last year, leading to the highest national average in U.S. history. Take the gun out of your mouth. There's more. As the Biden administration continues to declare that they are at the helm of the greatest economic recovery in recent history, journalist Tom Elliott pointed out some plot holes in their story. Annualized inflation in the U.S. at its highest rate in 75 years, and the Fed is trying to change the definition of the inflation. The original definition of inflation is the expansion of the supply of money, which the Fed changed to mean an increase in prices. The Consumer Price Index, or the CPI as it's commonly known, was intended to track the cost of maintaining a constant standard of living, the Fed changed its method of calculating the CPI so that if a new computer is 25% faster than the previous year but maintained the same price, the Fed could claim a 25% drop in price when compared to the previous year. Look at that, Anthony. Why not? Let's rewrite the rules. We're rewriting media every single day. Who gives a shit at this point? We know you're lying to us. I don't fucking care anymore. I mean, this is pure insanity at this point. So...
Yeah, when you use the original calculation for CPI that the Fed used to use, the inflation number is actually double.
Yeah.
What's being reported now, but I don't know if that's a fair comparison. I mean, CPI is an average of what a normal human being might buy in any given year and how much that item costs. And like fucking from bananas to computers, whatever. Comparing an old definition, like maybe there's a product that people don't really use that much anymore that was still on the old list. If that's the case, I don't know how they made this determination, but the real number, if you take that at face value, is actually 17% inflation. Now, a depression is either a recession. I looked this up when you were reading the ad. It's either a recession that lasts for 3 years, which definitely, technically, I mean, if you go from 2019 level, right, or even January 2020, before all the members of Congress started selling their stocks and shit and buying 3M and Pfizer, we're getting close to that point where it would be 3 years from then, right? That'll be this upcoming January when all these experts think they're going to say that we're in a recession. But technically, that condition, not because the economy's fucked up, but because of well, I mean, technically it is, because we definitely did not need to shut down everything. But so some of it is man-made, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But yeah, that's a 3-year period of completely butt-fucking our economy. So technically that's a depression, yeah. And then the other definition is if we lose 10% in 1 year. I don't think we can do that at this point because we would have had to have averaged 10% each month up until this point, or average way higher than that later, and that's probably not going to happen now that they're raising rates and shit.
I don't know that that's going to do anything.
I mean...
I'll tell you why. It actually feeds into the next story with the shortages that keep going. More and more, look, this is just me even today trying to find a fucking television, for Christ's sakes. I had to drive to like fucking 3 Best Buys just to get a goddamn TV because they don't have anything. The shortages continue in virtually everything we use in life. Baby formula, all of it, man. I've never seen anything like what we're living in right now, and it's fucking wild. Tampons are the latest product to feel the effects of the supply chain issues in the United States. Procter & Gamble, the manufacturer of Tampax, is looking for a scapegoat and placed at least some of the blame on Amy Schumer.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun. Following a successful ad campaign in 2020, the commercials hosted by Amy Schumer led to a 7.7% increase in sales, forcing the company to increase production to meet the demand. The shortage is not exclusive to Tampax, and if the problem persists, we may see a shortage of feminine hygiene products similar to that of the baby formula shortage, which I mentioned earlier. To make matters worse, Sriracha hot sauce is also preparing for a major shortage due to lack of chili peppers.
I don't care about that.
I do. If you fucking kill off the chili peppers, dude, if I don't get to see Flea and Anthony Kiedis...
No, it's food.
Oh, different chili peppers. Okay. I thought they were going to kill the red hot chili peppers.
No, Sriracha is just the sauce.
Got it. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm a lot more worried about Brittany getting bloodstains on our couch, for example.
Did you get a new couch?
I've had a new one.
All right. Well, yeah. You want to protect that at all costs. Get some Scotch Guard nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's Scotch Guarded, yeah, but still, I don't want...
Women. This is not the year for women's rights, by the way. You know?
No.
Men are going to control the bodies. Now, guess what? If you're on your period, grab a fucking rag, dude.
Yeah, just jam a fucking pillow up there.
That's all. Go to Ghost Bed. Get a ghost pillow. At least it's a cooling
Cut
pillow.
it into strips.
Yeah, it'll feel nice. That will be the new form of like, how rich are you? What are you using for a tampon these days? You're using a ghost pillow? Oh, that's nice. You're real rich.
Yeah. Good for the panties industry as well, I would imagine. because you have to keep buying them? Or does it slow down purchasing because people just get used to having period stains in their underwear?
Or does it just go back to the 60s where you're kind of wearing a dress, no bra, no panties, and you're like, dude, if we bleed, we bleed?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure, and Bob, maybe you might be able to look this up, but I'm almost positive that women just didn't walk around free flow bleeding onto the ground.
Bob, fact check it.
1960s, no.
Yeah, dude.
No, they definitely did not.
Bob, they did. There was period blood everywhere. Everybody knows that about the 60s. What do you remember from the 60s? JFK getting shot, Woodstock, Vietnam, landing on the moon, and then period blood spilling into the streets and clogging up all the fucking sewers, dude. Everybody knows there was so much period blood back then. Bob.
No, that was JFK's blood in the streets.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
It was chunky, so it looked menstrual, but...
Was there something, what happened in Akron? Was that period blood? Or, oh, no, it was the 4 kids. It was the 4 kids in Ohio. But there was blood everywhere, Bob. That's the point, dude. There was period blood everywhere. And they're selling jars of it on eBay. Have you been on eBay recently? You can buy a jar of period blood from 1967 for $49 if you want some.
That girl that almost killed herself selling her farts is now selling something else.
Period blood.
It might be.
It's a new fetish, dude.
Yeah.
We're there.
I just pound off into it to see if.
Oh, God.
See, I mean, technically, it's the uterine lining and the egg, right?
Sure.
If you get enough on there, over time, you'll have some kind of little chud baby.
You bet, dude. Oh, man. 2022 is a blast, isn't it? No Tampax, no fucking baby formula, nothing, dude.
It sucks being a woman.
It's not that. It's over. If you're a woman out there, it's over.
I mean,
maybe that's the reason so many people are fucking. Hollywood cares about trans. They're just trying to get everybody to turn to dudes.
Just in general, anybody that needs a lot of accoutrement in their life just to make it bearable, is going to suffer in times like this.
This is actually why they're overturning Roe. More chicks get pregnant, less chicks need tampons. Tampon shortage solved.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't stuff one up in there for the baby to play with?
Nope. No, you could just use a regular toy for that. Just get Sophie the giraffe, Jimmy it up there.
Fine.
Just Jimmy it all in, you know?
I'm fine with that logic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shoehorn.
That's fine. It is definitely not the age for women. This is so fucked up.
It's still better than if you were an Israelite in the first century where they made you sleep in a village down the street.
I guess, but we're, 2,000 years past that now?
Barely.
And we can't even get a fucking tampon to jam up our cooches?
But it's so funny, the entire industry, the entire marketing and CPG especially industry is geared towards women. Mm-hmm. Even dude products, they try to convince women to buy them for their men.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. But they get butt fucked at every turn. From the production side and the sale, there's the pink tax where the same exact Bic razor costs 40% more for a woman because it's pink.
Yeah.
There's no reason it costs more. It's literally the exact same product. Same thing with clothing. And then anytime there's any kind of situation like this, it's the stuff that women need to get done that goes away first.
Yeah.
Always. We don't give a fuck about women in this country.
No, we don't care. In an email sent to customers earlier this year, Huey Fong Incorporated, which is a fun, flirty company name, warned customers that it would suspend sales over the summer, saying, unfortunately, this is out of our control.
Oh, that's for Sriracha.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Not for period blood?
No, period blood is not seasonal.
All right. Didn't know.
Although there are...
Don't know anything about women's bodies.
I mean, it's seasonal if there's a season within 1 month, I guess.
Okay, so this is the Sriracha one. So the Sriracha guy is saying, unfortunately, this is out of our control. And without this essential ingredient, we're unable to produce any of our products.
Do you guys want to go in on a pallet of Sriracha before this gets wild?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, people love overrated shit.
And then we'll sell it, not even by the whole fucking thing. We'll just sell little cups of it, little ramekins full of Sriracha.
You think Sriracha's overrated?
Yeah, it's not that good.
Boy, that's a bold statement.
I'm not a Sriracha guy. I don't
really?
Like it, yeah.
What's your go-to?
For hot sauce?
Totally dependent on what you're eating.
I like Texas Pete or the Louisiana hot sauce because of the base that it uses in it. But it's only for you don't
want that on a taco, though.
No, of course not. You want something more substantial.
With on chicken.
Or
chicken, it's good in eggs and rice and shit like that absorb it.
Yes. Eggs, I want a Chalula, though. I want that wood tip on the eggs.
There's nothing wrong
I
with
like
the
Cholula, too,
classic. Just a classic Tabasco.
Oh, gross.
I
Get out of here, you poor.
I like Tabasco is good.
Do you not like the Chipotle Tabasco?
No, I don't like Chipotle.
Chipotle Tabasco is fire, but regular Tabasco is really only good on pork rinds.
Oh, no, not
So I
the
guess if
regular.
you're keto.
We
So
live
just
in a city that
Chipotle
has
or
one of the best Mexican fucking cuisines on the planet. And you guys are eating at Chipotle still?
Because it's walking.
No, he's talking about the
It's
pepper.
not anymore.
I'm talking about
The Chipotle pepper.
Chipotle pepper.
Oh, I thought you meant Chipotle itself, and I was like,
Well, you did
Yes.
just eat
Gross.
it. Don't get all haughty about it. You
yeah,
literally
you just
ate at Chipotle
fucking ate
today,
it right
you
in front of
piece
our
shit.
face.
Well, yeah.
You dirtbag. What'd you put on it, hot sauce wise?
Chipotle hot sauce.
Chipotle hot sauce.
yeah,
yeah.
all right.
Tabasco.
It's their branded hot sauce, but it's also a Chipotle peppered Tabasco.
Gross.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Sriracha for me, Asian, and then tacos, dude. I'm down. Like this is gonna be.
Cholula is the best on tacos, I think.
I like Cholula if it's there but I haven't seen it that much.
Because
at
you need it.
places
You
here.
can't have something too watery. It fucks it up. You need something that'll
Right.
grab on to the
Right.
food. A little
Yeah.
And then honestly, I'll just go with like smaller stuff after that. Like all the Yellowbird hot sauces are real good.
I don't know them actually,
I don't know that.
so I'm not
They're
gonna. I'll
fantastic.
reserve judgment.
Yeah.
They're from where?
They're actually from here, and
No shit.
they're from
Yellowbird.
Texas for sure. I think they're from Austin though. They're really fucking good. All the Yellowbird flavors.
Okay.
Check that out.
All right. Did you get any booger sugar, hombre? God damn it, dude! You've been here for 3 days. We've had a listener here for 3 days. Didn't bring you any drugs, Dan.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? You listen to the show?
Well, he's from out of town.
So what?
Yeah, he's like, you show up from out of town. You need to establish yourself with the locals, find
Yeah.
a cocaine dealer, something that I haven't been able to do in 2 years of living here.
Well, nobody wants to work here. That's the fucking problem. Food is great. Entertainment is awesome. Nobody else wants to fucking work in LA because that's where we are.
And I feel like cocaine is a working man's drug because it's like 6 drug dealers before it like gets to you.
It is, but like my money's on this guy. You was on the show the other day, and like, dude, yes, my money's on this guy versus you. You still kind of look undercover. Dan definitely looks like he's undercover. So like, dude, my money would have been on this guy. And then he failed us. Yeah, it's the backwards hat and the whole fucking shit. You got a lip piercing and everything else. Long hair. You got a Misfits t-shirt on. You look like a blast. Like you're the guy who's buying drugs and drug dealers like, oh, yes, that guy's definitely not a narc, you know? You're not wearing a hat that says FUBAR on it, trying to mix in with the kids. Hello, fellow high schoolers. You don't have a skateboard slung over your shoulder. You're the guy who should have gotten drugs for Dan and Giorgio, and you failed. You failed in that. And I'm sorry.
Oh, I've got a bunch of drugs.
I've got drugs too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, well, you saw mine get delivered yesterday on the episode.
Oh, yes. You still have those.
Yeah.
That
We
is
actually
shocking.
found 2 grams of MDMA in Brittany's tampon box the other day.
Good thing she didn't put that up there.
Whoa. Well, what would happen?
2 grams up the sniz?
What would
Oh,
happen?
not 2 up the sniz, no.
What would happen if you put some ecstasy inside your pussy?
She'll. I don't know about your vagina, but she'll fire a pellet or 2 up her ass from time to time.
A lot of girls do that.
Yeah.
What's the reason that it just gets in your bloodstream faster?
You don't taste through your butt, and yeah, it does enter your bloodstream a little bit quicker. Yeah.
And to tie it into this story, by the way, in college, girls were worried about calories. They would soak tampons in Everclear and then put those up their assholes so they could get fucked up and not gain any weight.
That's really stupid because like a fucking whole bottle of Everclear only has like 1,000 calories in it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't want the calories. That
Yeah,
was
I
the
know,
point.
but,
They
like,
wanted to
you-
get fucked up.
Drinking 1,000, or like you drink the whole bottle of Everclear. Come on, man.
That's still.
I guess the other part of that is if you're drinking Everclear, it's probably mixed in something that has a lot of sugar in it. So maybe that's the problem.
Maybe. You know what they should get?
Vodka's 40 calories per shot.
That's it?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
didn't know that. That's not bad at all.
I think so.
We should have more vodka in here.
Yeah, there's Tito's everywhere.
No, they're all empty.
No,
They're all
dude,
fucking empty.
Tequila's the superior liquor.
No,
Yeesh.
tequila's literally made out of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine once it's processed, but like as far as tequila goes, that's not your sipper, dude. Tequila is not a sipper. Like every time I see the fucking Rock's Instagram and he's like, just having another night unwinding with Terramana, nobody's unwinding with a full glass of tequila. No
You
one
get
is doing
rowdy
that.
on tequila and fight your best
Yes,
friend.
yes, you're
Speak for
doing
yourself.
shots of it.
Speak for yourself. That's how I come down every night.
Of course it is, dude, because you fucking bodybuild and that's your goal, but you're missing 80 cycles
Maybe
of
it's
D-ball.
something about the D-ball and the mezcal that goes so
Why
well
do you
together.
think I'm on D-ball?
No, you're not, but
Vo-
your hero is. The Rock is.
Vodka
He's
is
not my
64
hero.
calories.
Vodka 64
64 calories,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, in college when we did it, it
Tequila's
was
69.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Smirnoff vodka was the lowest calorie to fucked up ratio you could get outside of like the
Not to mention, I was a Stone Cold Steve Austin guy, not a Rock guy.
Yeah.
Were you? He only drinks beer.
Yeah. But
So why are you drinking tequila? Come on,
Because
dude.
I
Be like Stone Cold.
What
Body
do those,
dysmorphia.
What do those two things have to do with each other?
What do you mean? Stone Cold and The Rock? They're
No,
both wrestlers.
What difference does it make what wrestler he likes and what booze? Like, those two things are not connected. in
Oh,
any
no,
way.
they are, my friend.
No.
You only drink what your favorite wrestler drinks. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Stone Cold Steve Austin is the only wrestler that I care about.
Really?
And
Of
I don't-
all time?
Yeah, I don't drink beer at all.
Your cousin is on my desk, dude. Zoom in. This is fucking Hacksaw Jim Duggan right here.
I wasn't really into the 80s wrestling scene.
Come on. That's crazy.
I was really into like Steve Austin in general.
So mine was
I guess
mine
to
was
some-
Flair, and Flair was drinking whiskey and
Yeah,
shit. So
to
like,
some-
so I like to drink whiskey.
To some lesser degree, in the late 90s and early 2000s, I liked the whole NWO thing.
Yeah.
That was when there was still two, right?
Sure.
WCW and WWF at the time.
Yeah.
WWE now. But I always liked Steve Austin. He's it's a male soap opera.
It's great.
And if I'm going to watch one, that's what I want to see happening. Everybody else seemed kind of corny to me. Like, Hulk Hogan's a ridiculous human being.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
it
even
was-
more ridiculous now. Do you know what he does
Yeah,
now? He
no.
hosts a karaoke night with his son down in Clearwater, Florida.
That's really stupid.
So if you want to go, why? If you want to go and meet, I've got a signed championship belt over my shoulder here from Hogan. Before he said the N word, relax. It was verified. It's on the JCA card there. And it was before he said the N word on the sex tape. He signed a championship belt for me, and that's hanging back there. He's still one of the best in the biz. If I was in Clearwater, I'd drag you out to go
No.
fucking sing some karaoke with
No, he's
with the Hulkster.
He's corny as shit, right?
Is he?
Yes. That, like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, I like those guys. They were doing a bit too, but they were funny about it.
They're dead, right?
Scott Hall just died, I think, like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I like them, but I really enjoyed. There were some of the Four Horsemen shit, but it was more for me like D-Generation X and then Stone Cold and The Rock.
All right.
And of course, out of all those guys, the Stone Cold's the best.
Well, there's a wrestling story coming up after our next sponsor, which is BubsNatural.com. D'Anthony, tell us about it. The Bubs, tell everybody why, in case you weren't listening, we're on every single day, so you might have missed a show here and there. Tell everybody why this company is called Bubs.
Yeah, it's Bubs after Glenn Doherty, who was one of the SEALs killed in the Benghazi thing back in the day in 2012. Yeah, his buddy Sean started this company back in the day and also helped run his charity for a while. But they make MCT
Oil, yep.
Well, it's oil powder, right? So it's probably the same dude that Harkus knows out in the Bay Area that does emulsifiers, right? They were able to. Somebody discovered the technology to be able to pretty much powderize anything and maintain the structure once you rehydrate it, right?
Right.
So the molecular structure will break down if you don't rehydrate it. The good news about that is that MCT oil is probably the most important supplement that you'll ever take. And here's why. Because people don't get a whole lot out of vitamins, right? And the modern diet makes it really hard to get. Like, I have to eat 14 servings of green vegetables a day at my weight to get the amount of nutrients out of modern green vegetables, right? Or I can take a supplement. The problem is, if you just take the capsule that has ground up green shit in it, throw it down your gullet, you're not really getting all the vitamins out of it because there's no oil carrier for it, right? So you take MCT oil and your vitamin at the same time, now it actually works. If you take vitamins or supplements without MCT, or if it doesn't come naturally with a carrier like that, like fish oil and shit like that, like First Form's not Whole Heart, the other one, I don't remember anyways. If you're not combining those two elements together, then you're not really getting shit out of it. You're wasting your money, and you're also not as healthy as you should be. They also make a really good collagen. Tastes really good. It's good for, like, it's collagen peptides, the materials that help bone and tissue get built.
Yep.
So recovery from things, but also inflammation. And it's not just
it's like protein, yeah.
It's not just internal. It's like your fucking skin, your eyes work better. It's a very good supplement to take as well, and theirs tastes really good.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Bob, if you could bring up bubsnaturals.com, we'll show you what we're talking about here. And you're going to use the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout, and it's 20% off at Bubs Naturals with an S.
You can also get this sweet ass hat.
Yes,
there,
and
I believe
Dan keeps wearing it.
I'm never going to stop. And if you think you can, if you think you can make me.
You got another thing coming?
Yeah.
There it is on the screen right there. Great story, great company. Great to support veterans. Go to bubsnaturals.com. Use the promo code Drinkin' Bros for 20% off everything on their entire sites. Love these guys. They are new to the program. We chatted about them the other day. Next up is the wrestling story, D'Anthony. Vince McMahon just went down about an hour ago. Turns out he got popped having an affair with a paralegal who worked for the WWE.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like a paraplegic.
No, that would have been awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he probably knows a couple.
Probably. He probably created them, right? So he got popped having an affair with a paralegal, gave her $3 million in hush money and an NDA. Somehow this information got leaked. The crazier parts of this is they said that after he was done having sexual relations with her, they passed her, quote unquote, like a toy around the company to Laurinaitis, who is underneath him and was also a wrestler as well. This story is just starting right now, but I have a feeling there's probably a lot more to this, right?
Yeah,
it's not just going to be one.
They do seem to kind of trickle out from time to time, like Deshaun Watson, for example.
Yeah.
Right?
Vince McMahon, are we shocked by this? Probably not.
No, and by the way, not like so I think the board of WWE is investigating him because he used company money to do it.
Correct.
Now that might be as easy as him I don't know why this got leaked in the first place. Usually they would just go to him and try to avoid the controversy and pay back the $3 million or whatever. Although it's Jim McMahon and he's not above putting himself right in the middle of some weird ass shit for publicity and shit. You know what I mean? Like do you remember when he got all roided up?
Oh yeah.
It was fucking crazy.
It was great. But it was great. It's exactly what I want out of the president of WWE. The only thing that I find odd in this is he's 76 years old. So if he's still got it like that and he's still fucking banging girls out at 76, congratulations.
Well,
Shit.
I'm guessing this is older, but...
It is, but not by that much. I think Laurinaitis, if memory serves me correct, just joined them a couple years ago. And the only reason I know this is his son was a superstar linebacker for Ohio State. And so he was at all the games and shit. And to my knowledge, he wasn't working for the WWE then. It was after his son went on to the NFL that he joined up. Check out when Laurinaitis joined the board, Bob.
Well,
I would say more. I would say within the last 5 years. That's my guess.
McMahon is 76.
He's 76, yeah.
And he's worth like $2.5 billion,
yes.
something like that.
Yep.
This, no one cares about this.
I mean, he was senior vice president from 2001 to 2012. He became head of talent relations again in 2021.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So it could have been, it appears as if that break then, Bob, was probably when his son was playing at Ohio State and he just wanted to go to the games and then picked it up afterwards. They're probably old school homies, though, to work that long together. Imagine how many fucking women they boned out together. My God, man. WWE is a blast. If you can handle your drugs and shit, dude, and make it through all the way, it's a blast. Because the other story to this, wrestling-wise, is Ric Flair has announced he's coming back for one more match, and he's training for it as we speak.
He's training for it.
He was in the hospital. He almost died. He was in the hospital for...
He's going to die on his way to the ring.
I know. But he's posting videos on Instagram on the fucking row machine and all that other shit, trying to get ready for this match. It's going to be in Nashville. It's going to be an exhibition, and it's going to be the last one, and they're selling
He's
tickets for it.
He's got to be so broke.
Boy,
so
I
poor.
know, dude. Like, why would you do this? Unless you just loved it. Unless you just absolutely fucking loved it.
Like you missed it that much. Like you just need it. Like you need one more hit.
I know.
Right here, baby. You just give anything for a little bit more of that thing.
And I'm only saying it because I love Ric Flair, and like seeing these videos on Instagram is fucking depressing. Where it's just like on the row machine. Damn it.
You know, it's not depressing him going down on a woman on a train.
Goddamn right. And we called this. Remember that when he got popped going down on that lady in the train, and then he was like, "Oh, it's not me," and it was like, "It looks like Ric Flair eating pussy on a train." I don't know why he was on a train. Maybe it was Biden was in the other car.
He was on the train to eat pussy.
Maybe,
obviously.
But with that, then he broke up with his fiance or wife. Like shortly thereafter, she probably got fed up with it. Magically, women aren't that cool when you get caught eating pussy on a train. That's not your wife.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's strange. Never been able to figure it out. Next up, nearly 20% of pandemic unemployment payments were fraudulent, it turns out.
So we went into a recession for nothing.
Yeah. Yep. Just giving all that PPE money away. Are you guys allowed to talk about somebody you know that this just happened to?
Oh, yeah. Somebody just sent me like a screenshot of our old company potentially, yeah.
Taking $100K? Something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. Look, a lot of people had their fucking hands out for these payments. Around 1 out of every $5 paid out for unemployment during the pandemic went to people who didn't qualify for benefits, according to a recent report by the U.S. Government's Accountability Office. Unemployment insurance was already abused before the pandemic, with an estimated 9% to 13% considered fraudulent. During the pandemic, the rate rose to 18.9%. And the Department of Labor estimates that rate will also continue through 2022. Of course it will. Why wouldn't it?
I think we should all go file for unemployment.
Yes. Fuck that, dude. Disability, unemployment. Get whatever you can get. If the government's just going to give money away at this point,
well, it's not real.
Fucking A. None of it's real.
No. The money is technically real, but...
Is it? If it was just printed an hour ago, is it still real?
Yes. But...
It's never been real, George.
Yeah. It's only as real as the market allows it to be, right? So you're right now your dollar is worth 97 cents or so.
Yeah. So what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. We don't take change, so they round it up.
Yeah, none of this is surprising. In 2020, $8 billion was paid out for UI, which increased to $78.1 billion.
Holy shit.
In 2021.
10x unemployment insurance payouts.
That was during COVID. The $2.2 trillion CARES Act created 3 temporary UI programs, which the GAO says exacerbated existing fraud risk and created new ones. One example of abuse was the estimated $810 million paid for claims filed in the name of 45,000 prison inmates.
Weren't there quite a bit more for California state unemployment insurance as well? Like they had a big...
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people in prison were getting money there. Yeah,
I can tell you this. California, out of all the states I've lived in, God damn it, dude. Those motherfuckers will file for unemployment like in a second after they stop working. Yeah. It's like they have the paperwork in their hands. All right, it was in their car, and they were like, "Oh, hey, are we good? Can I get money?"
I've been through that a lot when I managed a security company. We would fire people routinely for cause, and they would still get unemployment. Like, why did you fire him? Because he stole shit from us.
Yes.
Okay. Well, fuck you. Yeah. And you have to pay. Like
because California's got this weird labor board there that it's like...
It's very bizarre,
It's super bizarre. Every movie that I produce, usually there's 50, 60 crew members working for you. I would say on average, 80% of them filed for unemployment. Like the second the production was over, the movie was wrapped, and it was just like, Jesus Christ. And everybody's like, what do you care? You're the... I was like, we have to pay the fucking taxes on that, asshole. Like,
I don't think people understand that when you... leave a job and then you go. I really feel like a lot of people don't know that this is true. That when you leave a job, get laid off, fired, or whatever, or you quit because of condition, whatever it is, where you qualify for unemployment insurance and you go file for it and receive it, then the business owner that you've most recently worked for is paying the tax on that.
Right.
Not the full amount, and then if that business doesn't exist anymore, then everybody is paying for it. All of the business owners are paying for it, right?
Right.
Not great.
And one of my buddies who I hired on a movie hit me with that the day after, and he looks like Jake, actually, from Softcore History. So when I see Jake, I think of him, my buddy who did this, and he comes in and gives me the unemployment. He's kind of like smiling and laughing about it, and I go, it was the wrong day to do that. And I was like, motherfucker, I have to pay the goddamn taxes on, like, it's me. It's our company. I have to pay the taxes on this. And he's like, oh, really? It's exactly like you said. People don't know.
Yeah.
And he didn't know. And he goes, shit, man. Sorry, bro. But you're going to sign this, right? You're going to fill this out. I was like, yeah, I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Are you not doing anything? And he goes, I really don't feel like it. Like, the movie was cool and all. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. So this is only going to continue and just get worse. And here we are, Anthony. Let's just print some more fucking money. Who cares?
Yeah, let's do it.
Who cares? The results was roughly $15.6 billion being paid out for fraudulent or unqualified claims. And let's face it, the IRS is slammed as is. If they can't process refunds from last year, which, wink, mine still hasn't come in the mail, then this, and I overpaid, by the way. I paid taxes and overpaid. I didn't even get the fucking overpayment back from the goddamn IRS. So fuck off with that bullshit. They're certainly not going to chase people down for this. Because that's the one thing the Democrats are great at, is just giving away free fucking money that's endless. So they're not going anywhere near this.
We'll never see any of that money again.
No.
Unfortunately.
We're not. Now, how we'll see money is if you go to the drinkinbros.com merch store.
Yeah, you can get this MAGA shirt.
There you go. Little MAGA King, dude.
MAGA King, like Burger King, but with
Trump hair.
Yeah. Do you get it because somebody
yeah.
called him MAGA King or Ultra MAGA?
I've been wearing, I got like 3 of these Olive Garden shirts off the site. When you're here, your family drinking bros that I'm wearing on camera right now. These are fucking awesome, dude. I've been wearing this for like 3 days, but I have like 5 of them, so don't judge me. Don't look back at previous episodes and be like, Ross, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? You've been wearing the same shirt for 3 days. It's different shirts. I just enjoy the shirt a lot. And I've been getting a lot of nice compliments out when I wear it, and you can too. Damn it, by going to drinkinbros.com/store. We got hoodies, everything is on there.
There's still time to get Father's Day stuff. I mean, it won't arrive on time, but you can still give them the gift. But we're also putting out a bunch of new 4th of July themed or Independence Day themed shit. There's a couple of really good designs that are going live soon. There's some that are already on there. Can you put that page up there?
Yeah, blow that up right now. Is that Washington?
Yeah, can you zoom in on that? It's George Washington wearing the fucking Thug Life glasses, and it says defund politicians on it.
That's great.
That's a good one. There's another.
Because Washington didn't give a shit about that.
No, he was not a fan.
To quote Ruth from Ozark, he didn't give a shit about fuck.
Yeah, this is the founding fathers.
This is my favorite one we might have ever made. It's called the original Drinkin' Bros.
Yeah,
and it's the founding fathers.
Can you zoom in on the picture?
I don't know if it'll allow you to because it moves around.
You can definitely do it.
Oh, there you go.
So, a couple of statesmen there.
You really tossed Hamilton in there, huh?
Had to.
Hamilton, John Adams,
Jefferson,
George Washington, Jefferson.
Is this Madison or Monroe?
It's Madison. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
James Madison. So it's
really
the original Drinkin' Bros. There's actually there's this receipt. See if you can find it. There's a receipt from some bar where the Continental Congress had a party or some shit, and it lists the amount of shit that they drank.
No way.
And it's wild.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's an incredible amount of alcohol.
We definitely covered that at TFM at some point.
Yeah.
How high was the ABV back then? Was it crazy?
Well, you'll see. It's an assortment of different boozes that they went through.
Got it. But is it as strong as like craft beer and shit today? I always imagine it to be stronger because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, really.
54 bottles of Madeira wine, 60 bottles of Claret, 22 bottles of porter, 12 bottles of beer, and this isn't a 12-ounce bottle.
Holy shit.
8 bottles of cider and 7 large bowls of punch.
Oh, they got that hunch punch, dog.
Yeah.
And
Put that in a trough, a horse
does it
trough.
say how many people it was? It's like a ridiculous amount of booze for the amount of people that were
It
involved.
was like eight people.
Yeah.
And when was this? When did this take place? After signing the Declaration of
It
Independence?
says Delegate George Washington. This is before. This is during the Revolution, I guess. Probably right after they signed the Declaration.
How many then do you think went home and
Oh,
bought,
sorry. They
bought
celebrated
fucks?
a newly finished U.S. Constitution.
Oh, so they celebrated the Constitution by going on a fucking bender.
Fuck yeah, they
So
did.
that's why we made the shirt, because that's the original Drinkin' Bros, man. Not that,
Yeah.
this is the goddamn Constitution of the
Yeah.
United States gets signed into law, and then they drink a heroic amount of alcohol.
amazing.
So here's the number:
amazing.
45 gallons of liquor.
Jesus fucking 45. Whoa. 45 gallons?
45 gallons
Yeah.
of alcohol for 55 men.
That's 0.75 gallons per man. That's amazing.
Man,
dude.
that's
Gallons.
Gallons, dude.
And that is not all. Actually, the 9 musicians and 7 waiters who were serving them also ran up their own liquor bill.
The
what is that?
musicians, I bet, got fucking rocked.
Those 16 people had 21 additional bottles of wine for their
just
own.
for
Wow.
for your sake, for everybody's sake here. That's 0.75 gallon is 2.84 liters.
Yep.
A handle is 0.75 liters. Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is it, no? It's 750 milliliters.
We have a handle on the set?
Yeah, so it's 0.75 liter. I'm sorry, regular bottle. A handle is 1.75? Is that right?
Fuck,
Liters.
dude.
Liters, yeah. So this is like
It's two of those, right?
it's like 1 3/4 handles each.
That's amazing.
What
amazing.
the fuck?
Bravo,
man?
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Bravo.
That's just the liquor, or is that all booze?
It says alcohol.
Alcohol. That lends itself, though, to everything. That's still a lot.
Can you Edward 40 hands with 2 bottles of Tito's?
You would die.
You would die.
I mean, you would think so, but they were harder men back then.
yeah.
Certainly, we're a bunch of fucking bitches now.
Hardened internally and externally.
Yeah, they were basically pickled.
Yeah, they weren't Mizzou. They were going to Mizzou. You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
Story in the news. It's depressing. I'm not going to bring it up. It depressed me. Yeah, don't say. No. You can look it up. I saw it the other day. It depressed me a lot, and I don't want to talk about it today. Okay, I just don't.
Well,
But you can buy those shirts online right now and fucking party with them. It's great. Big fan of that. That's probably my favorite shirt we've ever made, actually.
it's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
So that's available now. You wanna celebrate Independence Day in style.
Yes.
In the same way that your forefathers would, which is to say, drunk.
Yeah, very, very drunk. Next up, New York City spent $200,000 on drag shows for kids. Amid soaring inflation and government overspending, the New York City councilman, they found a way to spend $200,000 in taxpayer funds on drag shows for children. So that's a beautiful thing. Last month alone, Drag Story Hour NYC earned $46,000 from city contracts for appearances at public schools, street festivals, and libraries for entertaining children as young as 3 years old. Okay, so I saw one of these videos that was from a school, and I had asked, and I was like, what school would allow that? So it was New York City, huh?
New York, Colorado, California, a bunch of places.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah. Austin. No, it was Dallas. I'm sorry.
Wait till your kids
Well, that
are
wasn't-
old
that
enough,
wasn't
Bob,
school.
and they go to school and then tell me you're cool with any of this. It would be...
I'm
I
not
would
cool with
lose
using
my
taxpayer money on it, but I don't find this any weirder than some redneck dad taking his son to Hooters and being like, "Yeah, you like titties, boy?" Like it's whatever.
Why
I don't
would you
care.
take your kid to Hooters though at a young age? Like
I
that's
would-
weird,
Lots of dads
too.
do.
Lots of dads do. It's fucking weird.
I mean, they have great wings. You get wings at a
lot of
drag
dads
show.
a lot of dads are doing it for their own reasons.
Yeah, but women dress the way they do at Hooters and other places that people routinely take their children to, like the fucking beach, for example. But you know what's not at the beach is a fucking grown-ass man gyrating his genitals and ass in front of a fucking toddler. That's what's not happening. Those two things are not anywhere close to
Tend
each
to
other.
disagree.
Yeah.
I've seen many a Speedo growing up in my day with full dick outline.
Sure, yeah. right?
Yeah.
But
And there's a difference-
it's at the beach, and there's nothing sexualized about it.
There is nothing sexualized about that, but there
I
is
would
something
disagree with that. The
sexualized
beach
about a
is
restaurant
inherently
named after
sexy.
titties.
A restaurant, you mean?
Yeah.
It's a
Literally
restaurant.
called a restaurant. That is a sexualized institution.
But you shouldn't take your kid. Like,
to
I wouldn't
to
take
some
my
deg-
kid to fucking Hooters.
To some degree, though, I can't imagine that the average Hooters waitress sees the 6-year-old there with his fucking dumb dad and literally shakes her ass, pussy, and titties in the kid's face.
I'm not calling it 1-to-1. Well, her titties are in the kid's face whether you like it or not.
Yeah, but that's good for everybody. Let's be real about that.
And the bigger issue is it's not all dads or whatever, but there's plenty of dads. I knew some growing up where it's like you could tell like they're like want to make sure my boy's right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Get a picture with them.
Yeah. Get a picture. Yeah, like for real. And it's
that's all for the dad to have a picture of those titties in his phone.
Exactly.
yeah.
No, before phones.
Like that's jail cover for the dad.
Yeah.
basically.
we were getting Polaroids.
That's right. Polaroids
Getting
back
stuff
in the day.
developed while your wings came out in the back.
I gotta run down the street. I got this disposable camera. I gotta pop in the old slot. Remember, there was just a box in a fucking mall parking lot. And you just put your thing in there, and you were like, "Well,
Okay, last weird true story.
God,
Definitely took some pictures of my dick and then turned those into a Walgreens.
oh,
as a kid.
easy." We all did. I think everybody did at one point.
You know what we should do? Is there still photo developing places? Does that even exist anymore?
So there is. Shit. Is it Walgreens or CVS? One of them
Both.
has it. Yeah. Yeah. They
So
still have it.
let's stage a fucking crime scene, right? And then send the pictures in.
I'm going to get and stop you right there. So we did it. We did it in college, and they called the police. They waited for the pictures to show up and arrive and all that other shit. I mean, once they were done, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like, hey, who did this and why? And it was just like, oh, shit. And we had to show IDs that we were over age and blah, 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 blah. Apparently, if you were to take pictures back then underage, then that would be considered child pornography. And we got that lecture
Yeah,
from
even
the
if it's
police.
of yourself. Yeah,
Correct.
That's
And
right.
we got that
But
lecture
that's
from the
not what
police.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about a crime scene, like a murder or something.
Oh, well, this was like a fucking crime scene for dicks. I mean, you know.
It would be fun to stage a murder.
And then get the photos processed?
Yeah. But like, or just like it's a series of very like highly
great.
suspect but not necessarily illegal things.
Yeah. That's a
right?
good one.
Like pictures of children's shoes and shit.
That's Tom Hanks' Instagram.
Well, he's all shaky now, so
Is he?
yeah, he couldn't hold the mic still earlier.
Tom Hanks?
Yeah,
No.
he's got fucking.
Does he really?
Lou Gehrig's disease or some shit.
I didn't know.
He doesn't even play baseball anymore.
Tom Hanks?
Yeah, how do you get Lou Gehrig's disease? You don't play baseball.
I don't know.
Doesn't
It's
make
weird.
sense. But anyways, yeah, I mean,
Since January, the group has organized 49 drag shows in 34 public elementary, middle, and high schools in all 5 boroughs. Since 2018, the group has received a total of $207,000 in taxpayer dollars from New York State, including $50,000 from the Council of the Arts and $157,000 from the city's Departments of Education, Cultural Affairs, Youth and Community Development.
we have failing schools in America,
Yeah.
in every state, and we decided to cut into the budget of these already failing schools to have a grown man in women's clothing shake their dick at toddlers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. We're getting better.
It's the Hunger Games, man.
It really is. It really is. Some parents, including city council members, are considering pulling their children from the public schools, including Vicky Palladino, who said, "We are taking hundreds of thousands of dollars out of the pockets of hardworking New York taxpayers to fund a program teaching little children about gender fluidity." Most of the money was allocated by city council members from their discretionary budgets, including $80,000 set aside for Drag Story Hour in New York City alone this year.
Why would any level of government have a discretionary budget? Why would we just give them money that didn't have a cause yet? Because you know what they're not going to do is save it. They're
Right.
going to go find a cause for the fucking money.
Yeah.
Are you
I was just
kidding
say,
me?
the irony of that is they're certainly not using discretion
No.
No.
with the discretionary budget.
Because these videos, by the way, on kids' cell phones went viral. Like, that's how I saw them, but I just didn't know what schools they came from. And I was like, oh, so this is a real fucking thing. And the kids look, if you watch some of these videos, the ones that I saw were from high school. It was,
Yeah, and actually, I misspoke a little bit. What I meant to say is this is fucking weird, and sending them to the schools is fucking weird. I guess if there could be certain circumstances where it's not if all the parents are down with it or something, whatever. I don't know. There's exceptions to everything. What's more akin to the Hooters thing is taking your kids to that drag show where it was like not any more sexual than a Hooters person with their tits out.
At a bar, you mean?
Yeah, I don't care about that. Like those are those parents' kids. Like I have no say in what they do with their kids, but when it comes to the school, then they're kind of doing it for you, and that is bizarre to me.
When they put the dollar bills into the G-strings,
they didn't do that. That didn't happen.
Kids,
It's happened in a number of them actually.
Yeah.
Not the one in Dallas. But
not
it's
the one in
happened
Dallas.
before,
The other
yeah.
ones, man. I've seen the videos of those as well. It's fucking weird, and I don't know. I wouldn't take my kid to Hooters either, though. So
But you
like,
wouldn't also. There are people our age, in our general age group, who watched Mrs. Doubtfire as children. Like it's not the dude wearing fucking women's clothes.
What was wrong with Mrs. Doubtfire?
No,
It's
he's
a
saying
dude.
it's not
It was
the
a
act of
wonderful
cross-dressing.
Yeah, it's not the cross dressing that's weird. It's the gyrating of the genitals and the wearing of if they come out dressed like old grandmas and shit or women in business clothing, that's fine. But they're not. They're dressed in fucking bondage gear.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
So you're
Yeah, I
saying
agree with
Mrs.
that.
Doubtfire was a dude and not a real nanny?
What was the fucking Tobias Funke version of that?
Featherbottom.
Mrs.
Yeah. Featherbottom.
Jesus Christ. Then
Yeah.
he jumped off the fucking mezzanine and broke his ankle.
I mean, I was at a drag show not that long ago, actually, from the gay wedding that I went to.
this morning.
Yeah, and it was
hour
like
ago.
50-50. Like it was like 50% sexualized
Yeah.
and 50% looked like Bette Midler.
Yeah, a lot of them are like
Old show toony.
Cher or like some like female icon from media. Yeah, that's typically.
You believe in life after life. We're a fucked. All this money, we're fucked.
Just be an accelerationist about it.
Yeah, let's get
Fucks.
this fucking war going, buddy.
It's what it feels like at this point.
First of all, I thought they didn't like drag because it was more white men doing things.
No, these were
you missed the part where the whole woke thing was a fucking smokescreen for white men to take over everything. Women's sports, women's entertainment, everything. Did you not notice that that's what was
Trojan
happening?
what's
horse.
happening.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Men now are better dancers. They get paid more money,
Yeah.
obviously, by seeing this dollar amount.
It's a really good analog too for
White men are back, and the domination of white men is back, dude. Women don't exist anymore. White men can do everything better, apparently, and they get paid more.
It's a good analog for socialism, Marxism as well. It's like the Marxist doesn't love poor people; they hate rich people, and they use their feigned love of poor people to get poor people on their side, even though they're disgusted by those people. And anytime they get the opportunity to, they fuck them over. It's the same shit happening now. This is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Ever.
In my entire life. This whole movement, if not captured by, if not founded by in the first place, definitely at this point captured by white dudes.
Yep.
Telling women how the fuck to do, like, oh, man, there's a fucking lady, trans, whatever the fuck it was, the other day, on social media, like preaching to cis straight women, about like, you don't know what it's like. I've been bleeding for 30 years. What are you talking about, dude? You fucking let somebody cut your dick off.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
And now in this show, you're not going to have a tampon anymore, so you might as well get a penis and just fucking enjoy it, dude. Looking at these numbers, $277, so it's $277,000. That was funded by New York City for drag queens at schools. The top WNBA player made $221,000 last year.
That's way too much for a WNBA player.
I agree, but it's Della Donna.
I don't know who that is.
I mean, either. But she made $221,000. We're spending more for white men to dance and drag, which is fucking fun, dude. We're taking everything back, Dan.
Well, it didn't go to one.
It's true.
That's
true.
they got paid the entire salary of probably like the worst WNBA team in the league.
Yeah, that's true. But either way, we're back, dude. We're fucking back. We're taking everything back, dude. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's have some fucking Diet Smoke and chill out and watch all this happen. Dietsmoke.com, promo code Drinkin' Bros, gets you 20% off there. Delivers that medium high. I have one of these pretty much every single night. It's great. It's 10 milligrams. It's got THC in it. So, yes, you will piss hot on a drug test. Don't think you won't. It's Delta 8, wink, and they can ship it through the mail, which is amazing. And I don't know the jars they use. They look like the jars that Giorgio has, except these are plastic. Yours are glass, right?
Damn straight.
Yeah, these are fucking plastic and they can ship through the mail and they never fucking melt, ever. I've bought probably fucking 60 of these goddamn things from them. Huge fan, 10 milligrams. It is a medium high. Like, that's the thing about edibles is you don't know what you're getting in them, which is why Giorgio pretty much smokes flower all the fucking time. Because with edibles, man, it's a fucking mystery. Not with these. Each one of them has 10 milligrams in it. A bunch of people DM me on Instagram about this, and I'm like, dude, it's dietsmoke.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will get you 20% off. They have crazy deals anyways. Like, I always get the 3-jar one. They've got watermelon and blue raspberry. We might do our own flavor with them. I think we have a call with them next week because we eat so many of these goddamn things. And it's amazing, dude. Gigantic fan of these guys. I no longer have to fly to Vegas and put 80 fucking bags of edibles in my suitcase that goes underneath the plane, and then they melt on top of each other. And then one gummy at the end of it is got like 400 milligrams of THC in it and fucks my whole world up. I don't have to worry about that anymore. It just ships to my house. And I'm in Texas, for Christ's sakes. The weed laws aren't sweet here. This is the way around them, and it'll ship right to your house. You don't have to meet a fucking drug dealer in an alley or any bullshit like that.
You can still, though, if you want.
You can if you want,
You
but
just
don't do
You
that.
don't need to.
The Diet Smoke THC is 100% legal, even in states where cannabis is not. And it is way less expensive than a dispensary. Like, fuck, dude, I've spent so much money on those goddamn things. This is not, dude. I think the last one was 3 jars, $90, 20% off. It came in at like 72.
Yeah.
And in those jars, I got 30 a piece, so I got 90. I got 90 fucking gummies, dude. It was amazing.
Dispensary is dangerous, like fucking being a white woman in Target.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or just in life
You
now.
go in there for like paper towels and you end up with $6,000 worth of bullshit.
know.
I do that that's why I don't go anymore.
No, money back guarantee. Diet Smoke is so confident that they'll love your gummies that they'll deliver the perfect medium high, and they'll give you 100% back, dude. That's it. Just you get all your money back. You get all the things back if you're unsatisfied. No questions asked. They're not going to hit you up and be like, what did you like about it? So all you have to do is go to dietsmoke.com, use promo code Drinkin' Bros, 20% off the THC gummies. Best in the biz, dude. Drinkin' Bros, 20% off at dietsmoke.com. Huge fan of these guys. Every time their ads pop up, I get a little fucking joy in my heart. Next up, we got the Chinese aliens, D'Anthony. They're here. They know about it. They've landed.
Well,
China would know.
this is a weird story because for some reason, China has taken down the information that they posted.
They just pulled it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. China said its giant Sky Eye telescope may have picked up signs of life beyond Earth, according to a report by the state-backed Science and Technology Daily, which then appeared to have been deleted, which is classic China on this one.
Yeah.
Per the scientist of the extraterrestrial civilization search team, the narrow band electromagnetic signals detected by Sky Eye, the world's largest radio telescope, differ from previous ones captured, and the team is further investigating them. So they found aliens, is the long and short of it.
No, I mean, we had another one of these, Canadian group.
Real aliens.
Heard one in April, I think it was Fast Radio Burst. But it's like, how do you tell? So the last time, the last major discovery we had from one of these was when we discovered Sagittarius A star, which is the black hole at the center of our galaxy. We kept hearing, or not hearing necessarily, but seeing radio bursts come from that area, radio signals coming from that area, and it turns out we were able to just take a picture of it, actually.
Right.
The black hole, a month ago maybe,
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. But what you're looking for is oblong stuff. Like this one, fast radio bursts are like, like that. And that's usually, you can get that sound from stars orbiting around something really fast, or planets orbiting around something really fast, something with a lot of energy. So the planets, the stars that are super close to the black hole or orbiting around at like 3 million miles per hour, basically, right? So it makes that quick sound. What you're looking for is something that doesn't sound natural, right? Like the point of camouflage is to break up your face because symmetry like this doesn't happen in nature necessarily, like in your face. So it's to make it look. That's why camo is randomized, right? Because nature is kind of random like that. It's the same thing for radio signals and sound coming from space like that. For them to think it's intelligent means that it's doing something with a purpose that doesn't necessarily happen in nature, I guess. So I would be really curious to see. They obviously haven't released any of the data. They just released some stuff. Some basic information about it, but they didn't release all their findings.
Right.
And the Chinese government's already taken it down. So who knows what this is? Bob's actually Bob's got a theory on it. He thinks that the Chinese are trying to alien cuck us.
You think so? Is that what they're trying to do?
Like we did all those hearings and shit. We've been talking about aliens in the U.S. for what, the last 3 years or so. It's been a big topic.
Yeah.
With Lazar and those dicks going on, and the releases from the Navy, like tracking environment, and then the hearings that happened recently. There's probably a good chance, like China was worried that we were going to do something cool. They don't want to get smoked on landing on the moon again. Right. So it's possible they're cucking us.
It's win-win for them because if they're wrong, no one fucking cares. It's like, oh, they're China. They're always full of shit. You only have to be right once.
That's it. You only have to be right once, and I think not only did China find aliens, I think they put them in a boy band, and they named it BTS.
I got to tell you, man, if you're an alien and you get discovered or captured worse by human beings, China is probably not the place you want to fucking have that.
No,
happen,
dude.
Because they're going to be sewing monkey faces on you.
Oh, yeah.
Within weeks.
Like, you'll be breaking rocks out in the yard.
No, they would fucking be doing some really bizarre experiments on aliens.
Those motherfuckers are cold-blooded, too. Yeah. There's no reaction, too, out of them. Like, holy shit, dude. Yeah, it's the wrong place to do it. Here, everybody would be fighting for their gender rights of the fucking aliens as soon as they landed.
Yeah.
And then they would be performing in schools in New York City in all 5 boroughs and getting $277,000 worth of government money.
If I have to choose between A and B,
I would take the aliens for sure.
For sure, yeah.
No, I mean if I had to choose between China and America.
Oh yeah.
I thought you meant drag queens or aliens, and I'm like,
I'm not sure how ISIS would deal with aliens either.
They would just put it in a cage and drown it.
Or the Taliban. Like, if you could prove that you were a dude, you'd probably be fine.
You'd probably be fine, yeah.
But if you have, if it's like a weird asexual culture or something like that, then that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For the Taliban.
It's going to be a real goddamn big problem. Last news story of the day. Could an exercise pill curb food cravings for couch potatoes? A study reveals, is there an anti-hunger pill on the horizon? It appears so.
It's called Adderall.
Yeah, that's exactly. According to a new study, researchers from Stanford Medicine and Baylor University have identified a molecule that keeps people from getting hungry after working out. In experiments, the compound dramatically reduced food intake and obesity in mice. The study authors hope to turn it into a medication that may even replace the need to go to the gym. Let's go. Regular exercise has been proven to help weight loss, regulate appetite, and improve metabolic profile, especially for people who are overweight and obese, says the lead Professor Yang Zhu from Baylor College of Medicine in a statement, according to SWNS. If we can understand the mechanism by which exercise triggers these benefits, then we are closer to helping many people improve their health.
Christ, this is fucking stupid.
It's awesome, Dan.
No, it's not.
If you could take an exercise pill and never work out, would you do it?
No.
Really? Around the horn, would you guys do it?
No.
You have to,
What is wrong with that microphone?
I don't know. Especially not lately, though, either. Because especially after having Tim on again, it's really the journey and like the hardship and the adversity
Okay,
and
shut
overcoming
up.
the adversity.
You make me want to take a suicide pill.
That makes me want to take this pill even more.
I don't know why you
Exactly.
tried to fucking high road everybody.
Yeah, dude. That
not.
makes me want to take this pill.
I'm not. There's something in the brain where it feels good.
Yeah,
Really?
Your body just rewards
Yeah.
yourself.
It's not that. It's just how good you feel when you have a pump. That's
It's
it.
endorphins. Your body.
Yeah, yeah.
releases
And it's like
certain-
Arnold says, having a pump is like...
It's like calming.
Come in.
It's like calming.
It's not though.
By
I
the way-
fucking hate working out. I do it 5 days a week. I don't
Quit.
care.
You should get fat.
Why are we trying to fucking terraform our bodies, right? Like rapid DNA change. There's another name for that. Cancer.
Yeah.
That's what cancer is. Like, what the fuck are you trying to do here?
Yeah, isn't
no,
that the
it's-
whole premise to I Am Legend?
Yeah, we've already solved this problem. Get your fat ass off the couch. If you don't want to eat chips and ho-hos and shit, don't buy them. Buy
Dan,
food. Only have the food that you're willing to eat at your home.
If
That's
you
a
can
good
take
fucking
a
thing.
pill though for it now, don't you
No.
think everybody will?
No.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm not saying people won't do it, but that's really, really dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, just have fun with your tumors.
Yeah. Like you're going to be a fucking tumor sack.
I mean,
It's going to look like Santa's fucking
does
gift
it matter
bag
anymore?
full of tumors.
Does it fucking matter anymore?
I mean, no, because then we'll just fucking find another pill that you have to pay another $10 a day for to get rid of the tumors.
Yeah, dude. And then we're going to be on like 3 pills a day, and that will replace all of our meals, and everybody will be thin and beautiful forever, and that's kind of it.
Sounds like the Descolada from Ender's Game.
Drop me in the jungle.
Oh, boy. It's
Why are we trying to solve problems we've already solved? Right? You're trying to turn an entire lifestyle of activity into a pill? That's fucking stupid.
But why does anybody take steroids? You know what I'm saying?
To overcome the limits, to push limits.
No, dude. To be rich.
I'll make
It
you
looks sweet.
I'll make you a deal. I'll pay for a fucking cycle of D-ball, but you're not allowed to work out.
What would it do?
You'll fucking find out,
It
bitch.
literally does nothing.
Yeah, well, no.
Really?
You
Get fat.
You get fat.
Oh, no
Yeah,
shit?
You get bloated and fat. Yeah,
I don't know how it works.
You still have to do the work.
yeah you
Oh,
still
you
have
still
to work
gotta.
out.
What's the fucking shit that you don't have to work out?
It doesn't
Nothing.
exist.
It doesn't exist.
Motherfucker.
It does now. There's a fucking pill that's coming.
Do you
out,
think
dude.
Barry Bonds got like that just by taking injections? Like he never
No,
fucking worked out?
He just rubbed himself with cream.
The clear.
But don't
Yeah.
you guys all know somebody who barely works out and they're fucking jacked, and you're like, come on.
That's
it's
a natural.
genetics.
Yeah, that's just. We hate those people. I
Yeah,
hate those people.
same.
They're also not jacked. They're usually just skinny and they have abs.
No, I mean some of them are like just their abs are always popping for
Yep.
no reason.
Yep.
Like no matter what
They're
their diet is.
dehydrated.
No, there the dudes who just have the ripped up six packs, and it's annoying.
It is. I know you're exactly what you're talking about, Giorgio. And it's you look at them and you're like, what the fuck? This is all genetic anyway. So who gives a shit? Take a fucking pill, dude.
Yeah, the only time I feel better is I'm just doing pull-ups in the gym, and I just look at them as they crank out like another 20, just being like, I hate you.
First
Yeah.
off, you're
Able to
not
do
doing
this.
pull-ups with that shoulder.
Oh,
Nah,
this is-
that shoulder's pretty fucked up, bud.
This is our last day here, and that's how you want to leave it right there.
It's okay. We're gonna have combines at the new studio.
Who do you think could do more pull-ups? You or Delco?
Right now? Dan, you doing over 30?
Over 30? Mm-hmm. No.
Yes, I'm hoping he's heavy. I'm hoping Dan's real heavy right now, and that
Yeah.
weighs him down. And he burns out fast.
Like if I really push myself out, like 22.
Oh, that's a weird number.
It's going to come down to judging. This would come down to judging right now. I'm knowing what kind of shape I'm in. Like who counts what. And if
Have
they
you done it?
disqualify
Have you
some-
done it?
Well,
Yeah.
here's the good news. In the building that's currently unoccupied on our new property,
Yeah.
there's pull-up bars everywhere.
We own a CrossFit gym now.
Exclusive content on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'd be dope to see the two of you guys go at it because they're still there. I didn't have those guys rip it down.
Well, like you say, he's a tiny man, so he doesn't have to pull up that much weight.
It's true. That's true.
But
And
he does. He has long. Like you guys have the same length arms though, so that neutralizes a little bit of that. Short arm dudes that are small can do like a million.
A million
Yeah.
and bench press. They can always bench press like a motherfucker.
I also
Everybody with
have
short arms.
BK Whopper Jr. hands, so I don't have a great grip.
I have small hands too. Put your hands up, Swan.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, you guys are.
There it
fucking-
is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Look at that.
I have pretty small hands.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
don't you go back to them? Interlock your fingers.
There it is. Look at that. That's
Just
friendship.
one last one for the.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
There's the meme.
Wait,
yeah.
who's Carl Weathers?
Giorgio? Giorgio's got darker skin.
Blackface.
Yeah, he's kind of.
All right.
You're Greek, right?
I'm done with this shit. Let's get out of here. Got things to do. fucking Braves are playing.
The Braves are playing. This is our last show in the old studio here. We'll give a shout out for the Drinkin' Bro Ed of the week. Laura Fairbanks is the one that found the studio for us. We just beat Alex Jones actually to the studio. When Alex Jones came here, he was like, "Oh God, I almost got the studio. You guys got the fucking studio." He was going to get it for other shows, and our real estate agent Laura got this for us, and she also got the new property for us, which we are moving to. So shout out to Laura, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. We've had a lot of good times here. The new studio is better. Can't wait to get there, and all of this will be packed up very shortly. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review, and same with Spotify. Good night, everyone.